Catch 'em in the pasture, run 'em in the pen, work 'em on the Sundays, do it all again. Race 'em in the sand, buck 'em in the mud, drip a cowboy's sweat, bleed a cowboy's blood.
I'm Zeke Thurston, 2016 World Champion Saddlebrock Rider, and you're watching the Peppered Stewart Show.
Yeah, well, Zeke Thurston, let's discuss that. You are watching or you are listening, but here's what's happening. People that make noise with music make sounds. We are currently looking to update or possibly re-up the intro to the show. So if you're musically inclined, you want to take a stab at it, then here's your shot to do that. Stuff's happening today. We got a couple of guests for you guys. We're going to discuss the collegiate ranch horse world, talk about that. We've got a musical guest, Casey Kearney. We're going to talk to her about some music and stuff. We've got, we got a lot of stuff. We got your random news that everybody likes. We've got some trailers for you. Some stuff that's coming up. We've got some news. Everybody likes news. Tell you what's happening. And also what's happening is Randy's here.
I am. Yay.
You're here.
I am. I'm excited about our guests.
Guest. Yes. We have a guest. We have guest. Okay. We do have some guests. We also have some coffee. Do we have coffee over there? Because if you want some coffee, I'm going to tell you right now, don't click anywhere else but pepperstewart.com. Go there, look for the logo for this coffee, click it, and go get some. And then I'll tell you why.
You know, it's 5 a.m. somewhere. So get up and get after it. Smooth coffee, full of flavor. Free Rein Coffee.
So yeah, man, that's good stuff. As you've seen there, pecan is what I'm on to right now. Is to the pecan, so it's pretty good stuff. Go to their site and click it. Depending on when you do it, if you're one of the selected live viewers, if you jump on it right now, they've got some specials for Labor Day where you can get some discounts and stuff. Check it out. And they're also doing a deal where, depending on what kind of coffee you get and how you go about it, you can even get a bandana for your dog.
Oh, well, that'd be cute.
But not coffee for your dog.
No.
You don't want your dog to have coffee.
Is their dog safe coffee? I mean, don't give them regular coffee.
Well,
I wonder if there's like an equivalent that your
now
dog
I've
might want.
seen videos of people on the interweb net that go to a certain overpriced coffee shop and get a puppuccino. So what is that?
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Well, I don't know about that shop, and my dog doesn't do dairy, but I think that's what it is. It's just like some whipped cream or something in a cup, isn't it? I don't know.
I have no idea. I've never had a puppuccino.
You should go ask.
I'm
no
gonna
dog
go,
with you, just
yeah.
plug in just for...
I'm just like, hey, I need a puppuccino. Speaking of that reminded me, now that you said that, by walking in and do that, there was a lady that was going in there and getting coffee and taking her kids in there and getting the puppuccino for the kids.
I mean, I guess if it is
What in
just
the
that,
world?
like, milk with whipped cream, I don't know what it is, so
Yeah.
I don't know how to react to that because I don't know what the puppuccino is.
I think it was a puppuccino over there somewhere.
Oh.
God. But yes, I don't know what it is. But yeah, there was a big uproar about, giving the puppuccino to the kids. They're like, well, you give it to the dog.
It's not coffee.
Yeah, you give it to the dog, give it to the kid, right? Kids can eat dog food too.
I think that's
Or
the line.
not.
I think that's the line.
Maybe, I don't know. Tex used to eat dog food. He used to eat dog treats.
Did he know they were dog treats?
Well, no, because I put them in a cookie jar. And he opened the cookie jar and he starts eating them. He's like, man, these kind of dry. They taste funny.
There is a story that we tell every year at my family's Christmas that there's dogs. There's always dogs. Everybody brings their dog with you to the holidays. There's a little dish out on the coffee table of some little Christmas cookies. Several people may have eaten them, not realizing that they were dog treats.
Aha.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say they were special treats.
No, they were dog treats. I have no idea what they tasted like because I wasn't one of those people.
Huh.
But yeah, it happens.
It happens to the best of them. It generally happens a lot. So what? You got something going on over there? You're looking at me funny, like I should be talking about something else. Like I should be talking about hogs. We're not going hogs. We're talking about hogs at the University of Arkansas. They say woo pig over there. Let's talk about that. Let's get Amanda on here and talk about some pig stuff, some pig suey over there in Arkansas. Amanda Baxter, are you here with us?
Yes, sir. I'm right here.
What is going on in your world in Arkansas?
Well, both a lot and not a lot. Right now, it's a little bit of the quiet time, the quiet before the storm. We've got some shows and a lot of stuff gearing up for our ranch horse team. And then I just got here in Arkansas probably 3 weeks ago. So I'm pretty busy trying to get dove into classes and then team stuff. But right now, I have enough time to kind of take a breath and get everything moving pretty quickly.
All right, well let's do this. Let's step back a few years and discuss kind of where you came from, what you kind of grew up doing, and what got you started on the path.
Yeah. So I grew up doing nothing related to a ranch horse team or to the cow horse world. So I grew up just showing and judging horses through 4-H. And then I got into college. I did both my undergrad and my undergrad and my master's at Texas A&M. And while there, during my master's, I started teaching undergrad classes, and then alongside of that, I became the assistant coach to Texas A&M's ranch horse team. With both of those, I was like, I think I just found my passion. I think that I just found something that I want to do for the rest of my life. So I was breaking colts and riding horses for the team, as well as coaching a team of 12 undergraduates at A&M. And then after 2 years, or after a year and a half, I was like, I need to start applying to jobs and looking for that forever place. And then after that, I got a job. I had got an interview and then a job here in good old Fayetteville, Arkansas.
All right, so that's how you got there. Tell us a little bit about the ranch horse competition and what you guys will be competing in on the collegiate level.
Yeah, absolutely. So with a collegiate ranch horse team, there's quite a few schools across the nation. A lot of them are focused in Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and then a few in Wyoming, Tennessee, and Missouri as well. And so each team has to have collegiate riders on it, and we participate in 4 classes. So they do the reining with the big stops and the spins. They do the cow horse, and depending on which division they're in, they'll either just box the cow on the short side as a novice, as an intermediate, or a limited non-pro. They'll do the box drive, taking the cow from short side down the long side to the short side again. And then finally, with that non-pro, they do the full fence class. And so they'll do the fence turns, the circling, whole shebang. And then they also do stock horse pleasure or ranch riding to show the gaits and transitions of those horses. And then they'll end with a ranch trail class. So these have to be some pretty versatile horses, as well as some versatile riders, to be able to take these horses and participate and do well in all 4 classes.
Okay, and I know I'm going to ask a weird question here. When they travel, because we had, it's been a couple years ago, we had SMU in here, and they were talking about their more equestrian, hunter jumper type stuff, whatever it was, and they were telling me that they don't travel with their own horses. They just show up to where they're going, and they get assigned horses and they ride. So is it the same thing in the ranch horse, or do you carry your own horses?
So these kids show up with their own horses, and so they are fully rigged up, and everything is on their own. So they come with their own horses, they come with their own tack, attire, they've got it all. And so they'll try out for these competitive riding teams And I guess some schools will design it more as a club for these individuals, and so they have to try out. And then it's most of these teams are fully funded by the individuals within the team. Not a lot of schools have a program that is paid and supported by the university.
Yeah, they all like to blow their money on football for some reason.
I know.
Makes no sense. Makes no sense.
No, none at all.
Okay, so as far as your riding, you know, you've been riding and stuff. So what's it going to be like for you? I know you're just now getting into this and taking over there at Arkansas. So how does it feel for you, kind of as a transitional role from, you know, being involved in one way and to be involved into the other in the other way as, you know, as a teacher?
Yeah, it's a little bit different, especially coming from a program that had at Texas A&M. They have a special program where they have some of their horses that are bred and owned by the university, and then that they will train those with the help of the coach and older students on the ranch horse team to actually have these horses be used for members that don't have their own horse, that know how to ride, that maybe grew up riding, but they don't have a horse that can take them into be competitive on the ranch horse team. So I went from riding both a finished show horse as well as a 3-year-old, and then I moved here because all of my time was spent on those. So I moved here without any of my horses. So it's a hard adjustment, and it's on my to-do list within the next month, if not a little sooner, to get another young horse for myself to continue to train. Because I do like to show. I don't need to be next to my kids showing in the same classes as them, or even same shows as them. Right. Because my focus is on my team, and I want their success to rank over mine. But when we're not showing, when the team's not showing, I like to be in myself.
Right. Okay. And so, have you now that you're getting settled over there, have you had time to meet your team and your students to kind of fill them out and see who's who and where they're at and kind of what they need to work on, what they don't, stuff like that?
Oh yeah. So we started with practice the first week of school. I've got a group of 7 kids that are fantastic. They are wanting to be competitive. They are wanting to learn. And they greeted me so nicely. They didn't have any kind of hesitation. They didn't tell me what happened in the past. They were just like, you tell us what you want us to do and we're going to do it. And so I was really ecstatic about that. And so we've got a few riders in every division. And so I think that we'll be able to hopefully remain competitive as this Arkansas team has been previously.
Okay. And I just went blank all of a sudden. So the young kids out there that compete in the youth events, you know, whether they're, you know, junior high school kids, and they're looking to progress, you know, from a high school athlete to a collegiate athlete in the ranch horse sporting world, what kind of advice or what kind of options would you tell somebody as far as what kind of path to take?
Oh yeah. I think the biggest thing is to go and talk to those coaches. We are at all of the big events that those youth are at. We are at the NRCHA Celebration of Champions. We're at the Stock Horse of Texas World Show. And a lot of these coaches are also at just most of the SHOT shows or the Stock Horse of Texas shows in general. And so just by putting themselves on our radar, we want them. I mean, we want to have our team fully stocked, and we want to have youth that have the experience in riding. It doesn't matter if you have experience riding out on the ranch, if you have experience in the show pen riding cow horses, riding reiners, it doesn't matter. We want you. We're pretty excited about you, especially if you have that just in the saddle experience. And so I think my biggest advice would be come talk to us, go see what school you're going to best fit in at. Because I'll tell my students, school is your first thing. You come here to go to school, then you just happen to be on my ranch horse team, and hopefully we're going to happen to be a pretty competitive ranch horse team. And so find a school that you like, that you want to educate yourself at, and then come be on my team.
Okay. All right. We will do that. We'll let them know as well. And we appreciate you visiting with us and taking some time out of your day, getting settled in over there and in Arkansas. Got to be a little different than A&M. And we'll check back with you probably in a year and kind of see how things are going.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so from going to Texas A&M to Arkansas has gotta be different, because that's why she was at A&M. A&M, that's the place to go.
Yeah.
If you want to do horse sports, you want to be horse involved, that's where you go. That's where I did my equine reproduction at Texas A&M. I wasn't doing that. It was studying, learning stuff.
I didn't say anything.
I know what they were thinking.
I was focused on the fact that you paused a little bit after you want to be a horse, and then you paused between the next word. I was like, am I just not going to address that? Or
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. But I don't know, that's interesting, because that's why I always ask, and people watching are probably like, what is he talking about? Why is he asking that? Because it seemed so strange to me when we were talking to the SMU girls that were here.
Yeah.
And they talked about that every event they went to, they just were handed out a horse and had to ride it.
That makes it almost a different sport, almost. Like almost a different category of event is an unfamiliar horse.
So I'm guessing by what she's saying that maybe that's just a hunter jumper type deal.
Maybe, yeah.
The more equestrian, as they say, which it's all horses, but I mean proper. It's horse proper. You say equestrian.
Okay.
Equestrian events. And so that's what I'm thinking. It's got to be something to do with that. But yeah, that was the weirdest thing when they told me that. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So they can just like, hey, we got some terrible horses over here. Here, give them to them.
I don't know. Yeah, it feels like a setup to the visiting team.
That's what I would think. But anyway, Amanda set us straight on the ranch horse stuff.
Yeah,
so
it's exciting.
that was a good deal.
Speaking of events, you've got a schedule here.
Schedule events for what? What did you find events for?
I don't know. I just have the list of dates and places. You were going to tell us what happens there.
Poop. Bull poop happens there.
Well, probably, yeah. I mean, there's going to be a lot of animals, so
It's it's the 2025. It's the future. 2025 is in the future. And that's going to be the PBR's Unleash the Beast schedule. They threw it out there, dropped it for the people to go see. So if you're wanting to catch some professional bull riding in 2025, there is a ton of places you can go. And it starts this year. So wait a minute, guys. Why does it say 2025 schedule, but it starts in November? See that? You notice that?
It ends in 25. Well, yeah, I mean, it's a season. Yeah.
Come on, guys. So it starts this year. In what, 2 months, 3 months, something like that?
I will say, if I want to be in Arizona any time of year, I'd pick November. So it's probably a good choice.
Yes. When I was in June. I was in Arizona in June, back in Corona time. That was not the best time to be there. It's hard. So they're going to kick it off in Arizona in November. Then they're going to go to California, which apparently is still allowed in California for now. Depends on who you listen to.
That's why they got to sneak that in early in the schedule.
They got to get there quick because California's trying to shut it. You know, California's trying to push. They're trying to push some kind of ban on stuff to where they're trying to push it to the fact where you can't even ride a horse or nearly even own a horse anymore. Because when these activist people, whatever, when they go after something, none of them ever go at it logically, which sounds weird, but they don't think logically or common sense. It's just 100% no, end it. And that's what they're pushing for over there. Because I see it all the time on the internet. Go sign this petition, go call so-and-so, and California is going to end the horse ownership, stuff like that. But anyway, that's California for you. Then where do they go?
Oh, several places. I mean, we can just skip ahead. We can skip ahead to the important parts.
Yes, because there's New York City.
I was waiting. I was hoping you would say that so I could do the accent. We're both waiting to do the joke. Yeah, New York City. They're in Houston. The first Texas stop is in January. It's my birthday. I think that's a weekend, January 17th and 18th. They'll be in Houston. But then kind of traveling around the country and back to Fort Worth for My brain freezes. I want to call it the playoffs, but that's not.
Yes,
the
it's playoffs.
Playoffs.
Yes, the playoffs will be the 1st of May. Will be your playoffs, which is your guys are working to the actual final, which is going to be the end of May at AT&T Stadium. So you are correct. Yeah. They called the playoffs because now they're trying to be PBR teams, and they're trying to revolutionize bull riding sport. So they're doing that. They're also on Merritt Street, aren't they?
Was that on the?
The toughest sport on dirt has a new home.
PBR is now live on Merritt Street. One of the greats.
It all starts Fridays with PBR Now Game Day.
Then every weekend, it's live coverage of the PBR's Camping World Team Series. Mountains. Plus, we wrap it all up with the post-game report right from the arena.
They take it all. We're going live every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and it's all free on air on Merritt Street.
It's on Merritt Street. It's on your phone. I think they even have a channel on Spectrum. They also on your antenna. Merritt Street is on your antenna. If you get a digital antenna, it's on your antenna.
Okay.
It's on all your local cable outlets, whatever have it. It's on your phone. It's on your tablet, and it's free. Okay. So there's no excuse why you're not watching it. If you have a phone, you can watch it, and don't start saying because you're the internet. That used to be the big thing in the old days when I'd say, you can watch the show for free. And they're like, yeah, but you got to have internet. I'm like, it's on your phone.
Well,
it's on your phone.
If you don't have internet now, then you've got bigger problems.
Yeah, it's on your phone. You got a phone. You're on your phone typing this crap on the internet. So, yeah, you can watch it. So, yeah, Merritt Street, check it out. And watch it, I guess. Do you ever go to Six Flags?
I have not been in a long time, but I used to go quite a bit when I was younger. Yeah.
To Six Flags here. Yeah, there's Six Flags Fiesta, Texas, and San Antonio. And you got Six Flags of Texas in Arlington. And I did not know that they have a Six Flags in Mexico.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that either. I knew they were across the country. There's various
versions of the Six Flags. Yeah. I didn't know it was like a international, type thing. But yeah, apparently it's across everywhere. And if you get bored and you want to go hang around at Six Flags, you can do that in Mexico, like these people did.
Okay.
New video of riders stuck nearly 250 feet above the ground.
I was picturing the Superman thing where you're on the pole facing out.
This happened last Sunday.
Swing.
People were dangling there for about 10 minutes. The theme park says the storm disrupted operations for this ride and
not just stuck, but in a storm.
People were eventually evacuated after the storm got worse. Thankfully, no one
that roller coaster in the background, though, they have one like that in Arlington.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC7.
So yeah, you can go hang around over there.
Yeah, you gotta hang around. And not just stuck, but in a storm.
Be stuck in the storm, yeah. Just my times. Okay, I got a few minutes. So let's do this. Teton Ridge is unveiling their short film series called Window to the West. It's Teton, which is the leading force in Western sports entertainment. They announced the launch of the new series. So the series opener is going to be called Horse Sense, brought to you by Brumball's Furniture and Design. And it's going to debut September the 23rd, featuring the NCHA Hall of Famer, Don Benuelos, and he's a back-to-back champion of the American Performance Horseman, and it's going to start off with him. So here's a little sample of what's going to happen.
I just try to put my foot in the stirrup as much as I can, as much as possible. I'm grateful for every time I get to, but with that comes a lot of fails. I don't really think that people understand how much goes into what we do to be competitive.
More than $6 million in earnings.
He didn't waste any time turning around and getting back in there. He is just a talent like this industry. This is where the money's made right here.
this job is something that if you don't absolutely love it, it doesn't matter how talented you are. Being able to go that fast and turn that hard, and a horse is literally giving you their everything to put on a show in 2.5 minutes by separating a cow the best that you can and keeping that cow from the herd is our entire goal. Whoever looks the best and does it the most correctly is gonna come out on top.
Back-to-back champion here in the cutting.
You know, people just see the wins. They just see like the good moments. I'm only responsible for really about 20% of our success. There's so much pressure and fatigue and frustrating moments that people don't get to see. Watching your team and your family and everybody give 100% to get me to town in the best way, to feel the most competitive that I can, it's a beautiful process that goes into what we do.
I have heard of this story. Texas police officer in Fulshire got a call about an alligator on the loose. This body cam video is kind of entertaining.
Front up here? Yeah. Oh, right there. I got a pole, but this one's kind of small, so I'll grab it.
Look at you, you're a hero.
Aw, it's
What?
an angry little thing.
He's just little.
Yeah, it's cute.
So were you picturing a giant alligator?
I mean, it's in town. It's on their front porch, so I didn't know.
But I guess they were sure that it was an alligator, not a crocodile, I'm guessing.
Because it said, see you later? Is that where we're going with that? Okay.
That's what happened. So that's where it was.
Well.
Yeah. That's what it does. Oh, speaking of jokes, I was conversing with people on the interweb net that watch this for some reason or another, and they said their favorite part is the dry humor. And I don't even know what that means. So what happened? We got something going on over there? Or am I just staring into outer space? Or are we gonna watch a music video?
All right.
We got a music video? Well, let's do that. Let's do a music video of Casey Kearney, and then we'll talk to her.
Gold buckle on the waist of his cinched jeans. Said, Mama, I'm living on Red Bull in a dream. Deep red clay covers faded leather boots, the same kind he wore when he was 2. I've celebrated wins and cried at bloody falls. After all these years, I've seen it all. But I still see his face as the little boy he was in the saddle, learning his first love. If he never is a legend in the Cowboy Hall of Fame, I'll still be right here cheering his name. He can't get enough, oh, it runs through his blood. That boy was born.
guess I'll introduce it. Oh, fun! The fun with live. Live is always fun. Right here, we've got Casey Kearney. Casey Kearney, what is happening?
Hi, how's it going?
We are doing good. Just checking out a little video there, seeing what's happening. Casey Kearney, the country music singer who also did sneak off and do a little national anthem at the NFR. So,
Yep, 2023. It was great.
so how was that when you got that call?
It was like it was the best moment. Oh my gosh, I loved it so much. It was so exciting. We had been talking for a while. It had been a year or two that we had been talking, trying to make it work out and stuff. And when he called, he was like, "Hey, are you still interested?" I'm like, "Yeah, for sure."
All right, so let's dive back. Let's dive back a little bit and go back to so growing up. You grew up on a farm, ranching, rodeoing, or how'd that go?
No, not really. We didn't start. My kids wanted to rodeo, and we didn't start doing that till about 5 or 6 years ago. Me and my husband barrel raced, and he team roped. I barrel raced, and he team roped for early on. And then the kids weren't interested, so we sold everything. And then we got back into it about 5 years ago, and we go hardcore now. So we do that. We usually have about 10 horses here, and we travel everywhere all the time, just like all the regular rodeo people.
Right, right.
Is live. Maybe I'm skipping ahead a little bit, but something caught my eye. I saw the song and music video for Waffle House. I was looking at the little write-up about that now Waffle House is in Waffle House jukeboxes around the country. That is pretty cool.
Yeah.
How did that...
it's pretty fun.
Yeah, I was going to say, have you ever gone in and then heard it play there while you're at the Waffle House?
No, everybody just sends me videos all the time when they go eat there. And so they send me videos of them dancing or them playing it and them eating and all that. So, yeah, everybody sends it to me all the time. It's fun. And they love to tell all the employees about it. But I know her, so.
Oh, yeah, that is awesome. That's and do you have... Maybe you were going to ask about this. And again, I'm sure I'm jumping all over the place in the questions you had planned. Would you like to tell us a little bit about this project, Bands of 30A?
Yeah, we had a great time doing that. It was just me and a couple other moms, and we were doing charity concerts down in the area and just helping out different charities and foundations. It started with Hurricane. And that was the first one, and then we ended up helping out a bunch of different causes, and it was really great. One of those moments and sections of time that we're super proud of, that we got to do a lot of really good, cool things. It was big concert events that were mostly local bands, but it was full days, and it was fun. It was really good.
Good. Yeah, it's great when things like that come together, and I know that wasn't the only charitable thing on here. We were also looking at the project called Life in Lyrics. That was, I guess, some of your songs and live performances. Sorry, I'm frozen in my brain freeze because I was waiting for Pepper to step in with us. Where it was a project writing a personal story or putting poems and ideas to music and providing that organized outlet for the creativity. Can you tell us some about that?
Yeah, I kept getting these requests. I would play shows, and they would hear my songs that I had written. Because Waffle House, I wrote about a couple. It's a true story. And so people were hearing...
Oh, no. Oh, no. We froze. Are we froze, or did it...
No, it's her reception. The internet.
Well, she should be back.
The internet is...
Shortly, as soon as the internet will allow.
That's what, like I said before, fun with live shows. Fun with live shows, guys. Do it live. Bill O'Reilly said do it.
Do it live.
So we're doing it. All right, so let's see if we do happen to get her to ring-a-ding-ding back in here. The internet. We just got through talking about the internet. Now the internet's mad.
I didn't even get to praise her for the Rhinestone Ranchie. That was actually what I was going to say. I was trying to skip ahead because you were looking at me like, oh, I got to ask about this.
I was trying to get the filler in there. And her...
I'm literally...
Can
you hear me?
There you are.
Yeah.
I'm literally sitting right next to my Starlink. I have no idea why it just cut off, but whatever.
Oh, that's okay.
But Waffle House... people were hearing me write songs for these other people and tell their stories. And so then they started asking me to do songs for them. Can you write a song about this or that? And so, or I have these poems. Can you make them a song? And so we just kind of started doing that, me and my producer, Doug. And it's been fun. We like doing that.
One of the things I was saying when we were cut off there was like, oh, I didn't even get a chance to praise the Rhinestone Ranchie because I saw the video and I feel like that has just coined a term and I love it. And I know the song kind of describes it. But how about for yourself? Can you just tell us, how would you define Rhinestone Ranchie and that attitude, I guess?
So basically, I live on this ranch. We rodeo. We're around all these like cowgirls all the time. But when I play my gigs, then I'm very much a musician, and I'm very much like, I play a lot of. Some of them are really high end events, and some of them are just fun, cool, fancy, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm in sequins, but I'm just as comfortable in both. I'm just as comfortable in sequins and dresses and just fun as I am in muddy jeans and boots. And I love both worlds. I feel like I'm a little too much for each world, like a little too fancy. It's a little too country in the fancy world and too fancy in the country world. But anyways, that's where I literally wrote it's very personal kind of thing that I just kind of wrote it and wanted to write it. And I was like, the people who get it will get it. The people who don't are going to be like, what are you even talking about? I really didn't know the crowds really like that song usually. So it's been pretty fun to see that many people just, even if they don't understand, like Western people understand the only Bronc I ride is sitting in the driveway on 35s. You understand that means a Bronco and not a horse, you know what I mean? But I don't know how many other people actually get that line, but the people who get it, it's like if you know situation.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I love it. That's a new anthem for me.
Oh, that's awesome.
So some of the stages you shared with a lot of big name folks, what was the your most memorable or your most favorite, act to team up with?
I loved them all, and every single one of them, I think this is my favorite one ever. So I have a hard time picking. When we got to meet Brandi Carlile and do that Moon Crush, that was a really, really fun one. Of course, the Braves is always fun. When I just got to do the anthem at the Braves, the NFR was the top for sure. But yeah, it's been, and I don't know, a long time ago I got to do when it was called the Mullet Festival, and that festival doesn't even happen anymore. And because I grew up going to it and it's been in our area forever, that was really special. I got to do that one. I don't know. There's been so many. I think I enjoy them all. And I've played so many like smaller shows too that I think are so much fun, just smaller venues. Eddie's Attic in Atlanta was one of them we just recently played. That was so much fun. And like even just random listening rooms. Like I think I just love playing. So I think it doesn't even matter how big or small it is. I love playing it. I love meeting people, famous or not. I love meeting them all. I just have fun doing it.
All right. So where are you headed next? What's your schedule look like to finish out this year?
So we have quite a few things coming up, but I just finished off like a 2-week run of just being everywhere. So I know we're in Baton Rouge. I think we're going back to Atlanta. I'm always in the 38 area, just near where I live, in Florida. And so I'm just kind of around. We're just doing the thing around. Okay. I've got some new projects I'm launching, new songs. We're getting back in the studio. I'm trying to finish up the second half of another album. And so we've got half of it done. I got to get the other half finished. And so I'll spend some time in Nashville next month. And yeah, just doing the thing.
Yeah. All right. So the folks out there that are wanting to check your stuff out, your schedule and all that, where's the best place for them to go?
CaseyKearney.com is my website, and it kind of has the hub of everything. But Bands in Town is where I'm at, and I'm on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all the streaming platforms. I'm kind of everywhere.
Okay. All right. We will let the folks know where to check you out, and I wish you luck down the road, and maybe we'll catch up with you again.
Yeah, sounds great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. All right. Just a little technical difficulty.
Yeah.
Fun with lives.
Yeah, it worked out.
Fun with lives, as I say. Well, that's what, people always ask that question. That's one of the most asked questions that I get is, why are you still doing it live, recording it live, and sending it? and it's because I don't want to edit anything. I'm lazy, and I don't want to chop nothing up.
You don't get this lovely last minute live feeling if you do it any other way.
To me, I think the live is better because there's so many people out there that put out stuff, different shows, different things, and they put it out and they cookie cut it and they cut out the ums and the ahs and the stumbles and all that, or the something doesn't work. They can chop it up and make it look a certain way, but 90% of the time it didn't happen that way.
Yeah, it may be more polished, but it's not conversational.
Right. It needs to be real. It needs to be real life. Right? We have real life over there. Speaking of real life, what is happening now? This is what's happening in real life for the people with the cows. This is coming up October the 1st. October 1st. The Texas Southwestern Cattleberry Association is going to have an educational webinar that is free to watch on the internet. If you have the internet, it's free on the internet at 7 p.m. Probably going to be Texas time. And they're going to talk about the newly finalized animal disease traceability rule. And I don't know what it is yet, or I would tell you because I just learned this information a couple hours ago. So I didn't dive into it yet to see what the rule is going to be, whether it's going to be the same rule it's always been, just updated, or they do a new is there going to be a new technology? They're going to change up the RFID tags? I don't know. It's going to feature a panel of livestock industry experts. So you can always go by what the experts say. And some cattle raisers. The webinar is going to answer the important questions about the requirements for the electronic identification, various classes of beef and dairy cattle in response to the USDA's Plant and Animal Health Inspection Services. Final rule for traceability goes in effect November the 5th. They're going to talk about the impacted classes of livestock, the electronic identification tag requirements, the industry responsibility for implementation, data program security, resource for the cattle raisers, including how to access free tags. I've still got some free tags. Panelists include Dr. Alex Turner, the USDA PHIS Veterinary Services, Director of National Animal Disease Traceability. You're going to have Austin Brown from Brown Little Cattle out of Beeville. The NCBA Senior Director is going to be there. Some more random folks are going to be there telling you stuff about it. I don't know what they're going to do. I know that they are trying to go away from the old metal tags because they're just hard to read. The old metal tags, it's like a big staple you'd put in the ear, and it had a little, like a VIN number, like your car has a VIN number. It had a little VIN number thing on the deal. Well, in order to read it, you had to catch whatever animal it was on. You had to catch them, get their head still, where you could look on this tiny
was
piece
it like
of metal.
embossed?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
And you had to read it. Well, the newer RFID tags, like the one I try to tell everybody about from AgX, they don't pay for this, but AgX has the best ones on the market. And they're RFID tags. You can scan them with your phone. They have a barcode on them. So you can scan it with your phone, or if you got a big RFID reader, like the wands, you can just walk into a pen, just wand like that, and you got all your information.
You could be a wizard.
Yep. You could be Harry's Potter. Or is Potter's Harry? I don't know. But yeah, it makes things a lot simpler. Even for like, if they would move to that, it would make things in the sale barns a lot smoother because instead of them having to go in there and catch every single animal over the age of 18 months and look at their tag and read it or put a tag in their ear, they could use the Harry Potter wand and just scan the area.
I feel like that sells it.
I mean, there you go. What wizard is not riding a horse out there playing Quidditch? But yeah, so it makes it a lot easier. So anyway, October 1st, go watch it and find out. And if I remember, I'll be watching it too.
So all this time that you're saving by waving this wand around and not checking all of these tags, are you going to be watching some TV?
Probably.
You like that transition there?
Yes.
Segue?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch TV.
Yeah. What's the new show?
Oh man, I get stumbled into so many different shows, but I did stumble upon one, and it was kind of tricky at first because, as you folks probably know by now, I don't watch trailers for shows on Netflix or anything. I'm scanning through, and if the picture, whatever the ad picture is, looks interesting, I'll click on it, start watching it. Well, it's got 1 episode or 50 episodes.
Okay.
Well, I kept seeing this thing pop up on Max for Crazy Chimp. And I'm like, what is this crazy? But it looked like the ad flyer for it looked like some stupid spoof movie.
Okay.
Like I don't know.
So it looked like a parody.
Yeah,
you know?
like a parody show. So I was like, that looks dumb. What is that? So I was doing something else, watching another show, and they popped up the trailer for that.
All right.
And it was like, oh, made from the people that did Tiger King. I'm like, what? What is this? And then I started seeing it. I was like, wait, well, this is real life. This is a real thing. So I watched all 2 or 3 episodes. And I don't want to give away the ending. Because the ending, when you see the end, you're like, oh, wow. I did not expect that.
All right. So now you have me interested.
But I can't tell the ending. Yeah. But you can watch for yourself and see if you want to watch it. And if you do, I don't know. It's just think Tiger King with monkeys.
You can't tame wild things.
There is this culture of almost entirely women who raise chimpanzees and monkeys as if they're babies.
There is nothing like holding, loving, being around a chimp, especially Tonka. And I'll do anything to protect that primate, anything. Tonka and I just found each other. It was meant to be. It was just natural. And Tonka loved me as much as I love Tonka. It's like your love for God.
People fall in love with these chimps, and you can't tame wild things.
Do you want these nuggets? Here's your sauce.
I'm just afraid that she might get too caught up in this.
PETA seized the chimps with U.S. Marshal oversight.
Okay, roll film.
The chimpanzee lady now making national news.
A movie star chimp named Tonka and its disappearance. It all has the makings of a Hollywood plot, but no, this is real life.
I keep getting to be the bad guy here, and I'm tired of it.
When you're in love, your brain is out of control. There's chemicals and hormones and things happening to you that makes you irrational.
They're gonna have to bring sheriffs and everything that they can.
I've never seen her that passionate about anything in my life, ever. And that includes her own son.
Send the police to my chimpanzee!
Adult chimpanzees are incredibly dangerous.
Please, he ripped your face off!
It's insane when you think about it. It's insane.
They can throw me in jail for a year. I don't care. I would give anything that I had possession-wise up for that child. I would give my life for him. Chimps are my whole thing. You can shape them into being you.
Dream a little dream of me. Speaking of crazy, Pepper doesn't want to talk to y'all anymore. So I guess he will see you in 2 weeks in all of these various formats that you are listening or watching to the show now. There will be a fresh one, a couple of weeks. Have a great time. Good night.